It's a regular weekday morning. You're sending your kids off to school, expecting them to walk home later that afternoon. Come time, there's never a knock at the door. Hours pass, then days, weeks, months go by, even years. That was the last time that you ever saw your child. There's an estimated 40.3 million people who are being victimized for sex trafficking and exploration worldwide. 25% of them are children. This is a serious situation going on in the world today and even in our own backyards. It is crucial that we gain information and figure out how we can stop this horrible issue from continuing and saving millions of lives. We need everyone's help to rise up and stop this unimaginable act that is taking place all over the world.
Marky Dell is a survivor of human trafficking. When she was a teenager, she had a hard time making friends. She described herself as shy, insecure, and just an awkward kid. At the time, she became friends with the girl who she saw as the popular kid. That girl had invited Marky to her birthday party, and the next day, the girl confronted Marky, telling her she had to pay for the expenses of the car ride, gas, and entrance fee to the club, which Marky had no idea about. Marky didn't have money to pay her back, so the girl made Marky dance for money at the strip club to repay her, which led to a year of sex trafficking. Due to the fear, she didn't speak up nor seek help. This led to drugs and alcohol abuse and even suicidal thoughts. Marky didn't think there was a way out since she was being watched all the time. One day, she saw that the two ladies that were supposed to keep an eye on her weren't looking, and then that's when she decided to make a run for it. She was able to get to the cops and find the help she needed. Today, Marky is an advocate and works with organizations to help track down sex traffickers and help other survivors find inner peace and freedom.
In the fiscal year of 2020, the United States Marshal Service saved 375 kids from trafficking, bringing the total number of those saved over the last months, years, under the age of 18 to roughly 1,300. While this is an amazing accomplishment, there are still roughly reported 285,000 missing. The age range of those captured averages from 6 to about 17 years old. The youngest found was 3 in the past few months. These kids are taken from families that are no different from ours and are forced to do unspeakable things or maybe even get involved with traumatizing acts of violence or drug abuse.
Some of the things we can do in our everyday lives to help is advocating for better programs and change in legislation like the following: having trauma-informed therapy for rehabilitation, changing legislation and explaining why we should decriminalize prostitution of minors, bringing factual education so there's no misunderstanding to what decriminalization is, which is decriminalization entails not charging the victims of child sex trafficking and being able to understand they are victims in this and should not be charged as criminals as they could not consent, and because of this they do not belong in the criminal system. We can call our politicians and ask that they bring these bills to the floor and support making these changes. Decriminalization will also encourage children to come forward as they will not be punished for it. Some of the things that we need to keep in mind is that some groups will be at high risk. Some of these groups include children in welfare and foster home environments, Native American children, LGBTQ community, as well as children facing poverty.
We need to shine a light on this growing problem and work together to put an end to these terrible acts. To do this, we need to stay informed about these issues and not be silent. It is our job to give these victims a voice and put an end to this.